Prepare to be blown away if you enjoy architecture, the arts, or even ancient history. You'll come across some of the most stunning ancient items ever uncovered, all of which can shed some light on our world's rich historical and cultural legacy. 10. The Lone Castle, about 50 AD, discovered in northwestern Saudi Arabia. One ruin stands out among the dozens of ruins found in Saleh's archaeological playground of Mada. The Lonely Castle, carved into a gigantic boulder, is a magnificent antique building that rivals the magnificence of any carved architecture in the globe. 9. A Corinthian helmet discovered in a warrior's tomb dating from 500 to 490 BC. From 500 to 490 BC, the name of the warrior Dinda is inscribed on the left grave from a Greek workshop in South Italy. When digging one of the burial mounds, a Russian crew led by Roman Memo had unearthed the Corinthian helmet. Around the 6th century BC, they first appeared in Greece. They were frequently employed by Greek hoplites on foot soldiers, and they had been in use for many years. Hoplites and phalanxes would wear this helmet, which was thought to provide exceptional protection to warriors. A warrior's helmet was buried with him at the period, and they were cherished possessions that conferred social respect on anyone who owned one. 8. The oldest mechanical watch yet discovered, which belonged to Philip Melanchthon in the year 1530. The oldest known watch is the spherical table watch, which is etched on the bottom. Philip Melancholy God Eline die Harry 1530. Philip Melancholy to God alone the glory 1530. There are very few timepieces in existence today that predate 1515. There are just two dated instances, one from 1530 and the other from 1548. There is no indication that it was made by a watchmaker. Despite the fact that Nuremberg is known as the origin of the Nuremberg 87 humorous watch. 7. A P-38 fighter plane from the United States that was discovered in Wales after being buried for 65 years. The skeletal wreckage of an American fighter plane that crashed off the Welsh coast during World War II and periodically surface ghostlag from the seabed have been granted protected status. According to Welsh government officials, the Lockheed P-38 Lightning crash site, also known as the Maid of Harlock, is the first military aircraft crash site in the UK to be conserved for its historic and archaeological significance. 6. A Roman shoe discovered in a right well in Salzburg around the year 0. We all know that the ancient Romans were great engineers who built massive highways to connect the huge territories they conquered. But did you know that they were also popular under the empire? In addition to providing warmth and safety, footwear was utilized as a status symbol. It should come as no surprise, given Italy's penchant for shoes, that the Romans were also skilled cobblers. 5. A 20-sided ancient Egyptian die from around 200 BC. A number of polyhedral dice constructed of diverse materials have survived from the Hellenistic and Roman periods, the majority of which are from ancient Egypt. Several can be found in the museum's Egyptian, Greek, and Roman collections. The icosahedron, a 20-sided polyhedron, is a common shape. Typically, up to the number of faces on the polyhedron, each face of the dice is inscribed with a number in Greek or Latin. Napoleon Bonaparte's three-chambered box-lock handgun, about 1800. The barrel on the bottom has been fired the most. It's worth noting that the handgun is built by London gunsmith jurors, and that there's a lot packed into such a small weapon. There's a barrel selection, a safety catch, and First Empire styling. 3. For those unfamiliar with Sweden or the strange margins of archaeology, a little North Indian statue of Buddha discovered in a Swedish Viking's tomb circa 600 AD is an island in Lake Milan in the southeast of the peninsula. Milan was a fjord during the Viking Age, and all kinds of exquisite treats arrived from Viking adventure. Beachcombing involved straining to use polite phrases abroad. Excavations at an early medieval farm on the islands began in 1954, a farm that was still in use as late as the Viking Age, and assiduous towels retrieved an extraordinary diversity of items. An Egyptian ladle, a visiting bowl, and an Irish crozier are among the items on display. Then there's the prize, a little Buddha statue that stands 10 centimeters tall. Around 300 BC, there was a staircase leading to the roof of the Egyptian goddess Hathor's temple. From the first answer room, two staircases, one on the west and one on the east, lead to the roof terrace. Hathor would emerge from the creative beneath the temple at the New Year's festival and be transported up the western stairway to the roof to a kiosk in the southwest corner, where she could wait for the first light of the New Year's dawn and symbolically merge with the sun. She was brought back down the eastern side of the temple's stairway before returning to the crypts once she had mingled with the sun. The priests would use the western and eastern staircases to ascend and descend. Beautiful depictions of the pharaoh, his priests, and the goddess adorn the western staircase leading to the temple of the goddess Hathor's roof. The stairwell is in poor condition, and it appears as if someone threw a bucket of cement down the stairs. What caused the stairwell to be damaged? Could it be that these steps have been subjected to natural elements such as water and air for thousands of years? Are these stairwells merely worn from age? Is it possible that tourists are at fault, or did anything else happen inside Hathor's temple? One is a 1770 Parisian planetarium clock. Penduletto de Table avec Planetarium table clock is the name of this lovely work of art. The planetarium clock shown here was created in 1770 and is a wonderful work of art. The Earth moves around the Sun in precise actual time, and it is kept time in Paris. The other 5 planets also spin up and down in relation to the edge constellations of carefully positioned stars on the crystal globe, revealing the season if he's clever enough. The Fire Museum of Time houses the planetarium clock. Bahnhofstrasse 31, 1001 Zurich. The Urinary Museum Bayer Watch and Clock Museum is one of the world's leading private museums dedicated to horology and is located in the heart of Zurich, Switzerland.